What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Brian, and welcome back to another reaction. Today we are taking a look at the next episode of Stranger Things. This is Stranger Things episode 6, chapter 6, The Monster. Before we get into what we seen last episode, if you guys are enjoying the series, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, head over to Patreon to get early episodes if you want to. Completely up to you, no pressure at all. Just wanted to make sure to say that. Just a recap from what we saw last episode, guys. We've seen a lot of stuff happen. We saw one of our two main characters, Lucas and Mike, get into a pretty bad argument where they ended up actually kind of fighting a little bit. 11 was guiding the boys into a direction where they kind of felt and believed that possibly Will may be. I guess 11 sensed and felt the danger because, again, she's been in the spot that the boys was pretty much headed towards. She ends up using her powers to kind of move the little stick inside of the compass to pretty much guide the boys back home. Lucas kind of figured that out, that she did that. She was bleeding, which that's kind of like the sign of her pretty much using the power. And it gets Lucas upset. Mike kind of defends 11 a little bit, but they end up fighting, which we saw 11 use her powers to lift Lucas up off Mike, because Lucas was on top of Mike, and shove him away, which kind of knocked him out for a little bit. But when he kind of got up, he was a little upset. So at the moment, our two main characters are kind of not seeing eye to eye at the moment. And then the last thing we saw, guys, John and Nancy, they were looking for Barb at the woods, kind of similar to the same location where Will was taken. And they come across this deer. This deer was dead. They tried to put the deer out of its misery. It got dragged by something that got pulled, something dragged it into the tree. Somehow John and Nancy got split up for a quick second. Nancy goes into the tree where she sees, whatever the hell this thing is, brought the deer. As soon as Nancy gets in there, she gets trapped. She's trapped into another world, this other dimension where the monster is, maybe where Barb is or Will. I don't know yet. Hopefully we get to see that coming up now in this episode starting. So if you guys are interested, hopefully you guys stick around. We get to watch this together. Feel free to comment, and subscribe, and let's get this show going. Oh, you motherfucker. Yo, guys, I had this a little bit louder than usual, just because I know what the show kind of is, and I kind of want to get that scared feeling, and that got me a little bit. Once you get the hell out of there, you guys better run. I thought we lost another one. I thought we were gonna have 3 kids missing, which would not have been good.
So what? You're worried about her?
What? Yeah, that's his girlfriend.
You are. Oh.
At least I thought they were boyfriend and girlfriend. Even if not, so what? I would have told him that too. Or told them that. Shut up. I'm still surprised that we were able to get her out of there, to be honest. Where's 11 though? Remember, they did get into the fight, him and Mike.
Yes.
But I don't know what happened after that. As far as where did he tell her to get lost? Oh shit, that shit scared me.
Yeah, I'm getting dressed.
I made some blueberry pancakes.
Party. Do you want to be banished?
No.
Good.
Okay, Dustin,
Where are we going?
Where do you think?
apologize.
We're going to get Lucas. And then we're going to find 11.
She's a liar, a traitor. She was just trying to keep us safe. She didn't mean to hurt you. It was an accident. An accident?
All right, accident or not, admit it was a little awesome.
Awesome.
She threw you in the air with her mind.
I
That
could
is pretty
have
cool.
been killed. Which is
He
exactly
could have
why
been
we
killed.
need her. She's a weapon. Do you seriously want to fight the Demogorgon with your wrist rocket? That's like R2-D2 going to fight Darth Vader. We're no use to
To watch. Don't focus on them. Stay in here, like before.
Yes, Papa.
She calls him that, but I wouldn't even be surprised if that's really not her.
Now remember, Whatever it is, it can't hurt you. Not from here.
I mean, if it is,
There's nothing
then
to be
talk
frightened
about worst father ever.
It's reaching out to you. Because it wants you.
Stop right there! Thief! Thief!
Oh! Oh, is that shit right in his face? Damn.
Wasting your time.
Okay. So they're gonna go ahead and well, at least Lucas says he's going to the gate. So is he going by himself?
And then they'd strip her naked and put her in these isolation tanks.
Isolation tanks?
Oh, the same
Yeah,
shit that they
these
do
big
with
bathtubs basically.
that's the
filled
same
with
shit they do with
saltwater so you
11.
can float around there.
So does she have like
Lose
powers too?
Any sense of sense, feel nothing, see nothing. They wanted to expand the.
Oh, son of a bitch, dude. This is not gonna be good on Lucas' part, I don't believe.
Man.
What the hell is
Goofy.
I don't know.
Oh, Steve, don't tell me. Remember, guys, Steve took the photo, so I really hope he's not trying to be a dick about this.
What? Hey, where are you going?
Okay, I thought it was something else. I thought it was the photos that Steve took. I thought he.
I didn't
How the fuck you do that and then you stay so close to the like, you know, I don't know. She's gonna be pissed at Steve though.
Aw, hey there, princess.
Uh-oh.
Their family is a disgrace to the entire
Oh shit.
Stop, Steve. Knock it off, you guys.
Kick his ass, man!
Get up, stop.
Oh, this is awesome though. I like seeing this. Oh,
Get out of here! Get out of here!
oh, this is awesome. Oh shit. Oh.
Jonathan, stop.
My nose!
Let me explain though real quick what I liked about this.
Go!
I like Steve. I know Steve's emotionally just his head's probably everywhere, so that's probably why he's acting the way he's acting. I like to see what I saw from Jonathan though, because most shows, most movies, his kind of character would just he kind of would have just took it, you know what I mean? Like he would have just took being pushed around or slapped around or nothing, but he actually fought back and he actually, in my opinion, won the fight.
You know what I would give?
But his daughter's completely gone though.
Yeah, go ahead.
His daughter's, I believe, is dead.
Cal, I don't have time for this.
It's Jonathan Byers. You haven't seen Joyce, have you?
Stupid.
I won't say love. I'm sure he likes her. Love is a little too strong of a word, unless he's always known her, like from way back in the days. I think he just really likes her. That's all. All right, these bullies just need to get their ass beat already. You guys are like what, 12, playing around with a knife like that? I'm just saying, if that was my kid and I ever found out that happened, I am beating the hell out of my son. What do you think you doing, threatening another kid?
Crap.
No!
Keep going. Keep going.
Dustin! Dude. Oh my gosh.
Shit. Stay back. Don't come any closer. Ugh.
He was way off. Oh shit.
Get off! Get off me!
Let him go. Let him go.
Stay back! All right, cut it.
What do you want?
Fucking ridiculous. Oh shit, how did he do? Oh, I know L's clearly. Okay, L's clearly close to him. But that's got to be taking a whole bunch of like energy or something out of her. Yeah, she's walking over here like a badass. Yeah. Better drop that knife now.
Let's get out of here. Go. Yeah, that's
Oh
right.
my gosh.
You better run.
Okay, so it's a perfect time for him to go sneak in there if that's what he wants to do. But please, how are they gonna get her out of the situation? They're gonna see her and they're gonna want to bring her back. And that's that. So Anne is her butts about it. Anne is her butts about it. And like I truly give this a solid 8. I think this episode was amazing as far as getting us to know what we've seen, pretty much like what we're getting to know. As far as like the monster, the dimension place that we've been to, and also a little bit more info about 11. So when we start off the show, remember last episode, Nancy and Jonathan saw the deer get dragged into a tree. Well, Nancy saw that the deer got dragged into a tree, and she ends up going inside this tree where she gets stuck. Now, we start off the show with her in this dimension world or whatever kind of world that this creature lives in. She notices that when she was in there, she's seen this monster, this creature pretty much, eating the deer. And she kind of says when she's in there, well, not that when she's in there, when she gets out and she speaks with Jonathan, because Jonathan eventually saw the little portal way that she kind of went through. I think he kind of was just like winging it, because obviously, if you see that in a tree, it doesn't look normal. So he just so happened to like scream into the tree, kind of, and it was just like asking if that was where Nancy was. He was just calling out for her. She's seen that that's where he was as she was hiding and trying to get away from the monster. And then, Jonathan, actually pulls Nancy out of there. As soon as he pulls her out of there, she starts talking to him and letting him know about the whole situation as far as what she's seen, what the monster was doing, and what it looked like it was in there. So they get Jonathan saves her. He takes her out of the tree. They go back to her house. Now, Steve, even through the last episode, was pretty much trying to hang out with Nancy. He wanted to chill with her. I assumed they were a couple as far as being boyfriend and girlfriend. We kind of see that in this episode. Well, I don't know if we see in this episode or if it was last episode that they we kind of got established like what their relationship was. Now, I guess these two were just talking. They were just messing around as far as Nancy and Steve. Anyway, so Steve really cares for Nancy. Steve was worried about her a lot. And you could tell that he's the kind of guy that he doesn't really think about women. Like, he seems like he's like the popular kind of kid in school. So like, it's kind of like a situation where he could possibly just get any girl he probably wants. And the girl in the back seat was like, "Oh, you look like you're worried about her." It says like you're worried about. Yeah, so pretty much he's showing like some real emotion about how he feels about her. He goes into her house trying to just talk to her, surprise her, and when he looks inside the window, he sees Nancy with Jonathan. Now remember, nothing is really going on between them two, Jonathan and Nancy, as far as I know at the moment. She was just really shooken up. She was really scared from what she's seen. Obviously she went into that world, and when she came out, like going through it, it was like really, it looked at like very like a lot of blood and like nastiness like that. Like, but before you're able to go through and come out, like it's like a little, I don't know how to explain what it is, because I honestly can't tell you what it is, but she came out of there really like disgusting, looking dirty, and all the like the monsters like saliva, you know what I mean? Like all that was in like the portal way. It was like blood, saliva, like guts, I think. I don't know. It was just weird looking. So again, Steve goes in there. He tries to surprise Nancy. He goes in there and he tries to talk to her, but Jonathan's there. He sees that he is there, and it kind of gets him a little upset. You could kind of see in his face expression. He doesn't really say nothing about it, but he's upset. We come here to see Mike. Mike is upset because he just got into a big fight last episode with Lucas, which we kind of found out that Elle was messing with the compass. Now again, this compass was taking them to a certain direction that she ends up maneuvering a little bit so that they could pretty much do a circle and end up back home, because she knows of the danger that they're pretty much getting themselves into. But Lucas obviously was upset about it, and Mike was defending 11. They end up fighting, but when we come to find out, when the boys found out, and especially Mike as well, when they found out that 11 was the one who moved the compass, Mike was very upset. He was very pissed off at 11. He started to scream, tell her to get lost, this and that. So this scene that we see here is him kicking under the blanket, but he's just completely upset about everything. He starts to overthink and like, man, maybe I might have done too much. Like, I think I might have just like scared her off a little too much, you know, like, and he just started to overthink a lot of things, even though a lot of things he's probably thinking was probably true anyways. Again, Nancy, she wasn't able to sleep that night. Jonathan stayed over at her house pretty much just to make sure she's good. Although I'm sure she would have been fine anyway. But I mean, going through something like that, you know, it's probably best to have somebody. Dustin is cool. I'm starting to really like Dustin a lot. Out of all the boys so far, out of all the boy characters, like little boy characters. And that reason is because he kind of like, I don't know, like he said a line where he was like, I know Lucas has been your best friend since kindergarten. You're not just been in your life since 4th grade. So long story short, he pretty much says, you guys got to just shake this off. And just make this work. We're better as a team. You guys are best friends. There's no way we should be fighting like this. So he kind of talks to Mike and tells him like, listen, Mike, you did push him first. Okay. Let's get over this and we could do that. Like, let's get over whatever issues and problems we got going on right now. And let's get back to the main overall thing, which is to find Will. The way I said it is completely not like how Dustin said it, but it's kind of like what he was saying, you know what I mean? And I just think Dustin is really cool. Like, it shows how like a cool friend he is to Mike and Lucas. You know what I mean? He sees both sides of the story. You know what I mean? We kind of find 11. We just see that she's very frustrated. She's very upset about everything that happened. She's walking in the like jungle wood area, whatever. And she's just alone. She's alone. She goes into a store. She's hungry, so she ends up stealing some Eggo waffles, which I highly recommend to whoever doesn't eat those. Those are banging. When you toast them, don't eat it like how she was eating it. She was eating it like out of the bag. And if you ever touched, you know, the Eggo waffles out of the bag or out of the freezer, actually, when you take them out of there, they're frozen. So yeah, don't eat it like how she did. But anyways, she steals food. She's hungry, so she ends up doing that. We were introduced to this character here, Terry. We were introduced to Terry's sister. This is Terry's sister, and Terry is the young lady who is right here sitting. She looks like she's gone crazy. Now, we found something very interesting here, guys. We found out that Terry here has lost a child relatively close to the same age as 11 is. I'm guessing 11 is Terry's daughter. I think I said that right. 11 is. Anyways, Terry's daughter is possibly 11 is what I'm trying to get at. Now, we see that she's upset. Close to the same age that 11 has been missing is what her name is. So what are the odds? And we also found out that Terry has also been experimented on. We found out she was pregnant when she was getting all these tests through the Hopkins lab. And I'm not really too sure how is it that she got away from them, but they ended up taking her daughter. Her daughter ends up having powers, which is potentially 11, and potentially 11's name is Jane. That's what it is. And this kind of reminds me of like Joyce at the moment. Joyce lost her son Will. This was Joyce 11 years ago. 11 is like Will. Now her sister here it's kind of like saying that she kind of is losing it. Now she's kind of pretty much saying like she doesn't, I don't think she kind of believes her sister. She kind of believes that her sister is already mentally too far gone. She doesn't want to yeah, I just think I just honestly think she just thinks she's mentally gone, and she doesn't really believe too much of what she believes is really going on. Now, why I say that is because she says to Joyce and Hopper when they first come in, she's like, "Look, you guys are 5 years late to talking to her. She's not mentally there like she used to. Even though she possibly is, she's not going crazy. She knows exactly what's going on, but no one believes her. Kind of like Joyce. Jonathan and Nancy, they plan on going back to the woods. They want to draw out this monster once and for all to see if they could bring it out. They kind of came to a conclusion earlier on in the episode where they think maybe blood may possibly be a factor on how this monster comes and feeds on these people. Now, don't know for sure, but this is pretty much their setup on to get into that part. So we don't know if they go out there again and if their plan works. Hopefully we'll find that out in the next episode. Nancy sees that her name has been written onto this movie screen. I'm not really sure what you guys would call it, but like the little screen, the little thing that tells you what movie is pretty much being previewed today, you know what I mean? Like, you guys, if you guys literally just watched this, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, they write on her name, pretty much calling her a slut. She somehow finds these people who were behind it, which was Steve and his friends. Steve is completely upset because, again, Jonathan was in Nancy's house. He assumes they were doing something, and they end up fighting. I like this scene a lot, again, because it shows that even though Jonathan isn't a super badass guy where he fights and, you know, like, you know, he's like a real calm and quiet guy, but to me, it was really cool to see this side of him. It sucks at the same time because I like Steve. I like Steve as a character. I feel like he's just mentally and hurt because he really likes Nancy, and to see her with him kind of just possibly got him like upset. But I like to see this from John. I like to see that we got a character who isn't afraid to pretty much fight, and that's what we saw him do. And he kicked some serious ass here, guys, in my opinion. He got arrested because he pushed a cop who was trying to break up the fight, and Nancy kind of like is there for him. And as you guys can see here, she's like, you know, puts ice on his head, or I believe it was his forehead or something where he got hit or something like that. And it was just cool to see, in my opinion. Lucas gets to the Hopkins lab, and he sees a lot of shit going down. He sees a lot of movement, pretty much. But nothing too crazy. He just got there, so maybe next episode we're gonna see what happens with Lucas. Will and Dustin, they're running away from the bullies. One of the bullies tells Mike to jump off the cliff so that he, you know, because he's embarrassed for pissing his pants in front of everybody in school, so he just wants to get back at Mike. So he tells Mike to jump, or he's going to cut Dustin. Mike jumps. Eleven's there to save him and make sure that he doesn't jump all the way down. Long story short, everybody, pretty much long story short, 11 saves Mike. 11, Dustin, and Mike are all together again, and they get back home. As they get back home, the Hopkins guys kind of have somebody spying on them. I don't know how they knew that those kids were somehow all connected with each other. I can't tell you how they knew that, but they do. And yeah, that's it. They're gonna pretty much come here the next episode, which I'm sure is gonna possibly happen. So, guys, again, great episode. Give this a good solid 8. If you guys are into this, if you guys are into watching me react to these shows, come on, keep coming along, and we can continue to watch the show together, talk about it in the comments below. And yeah, until next time, guys.